Well guys, enough time has passed, and I think I can comfortably say that update 3.5 is one of the best, if not the best update in Anime Vanguard's history, and I'll tell you exactly why. When we analyze which update was exactly the best, I have been planning on making a video ranking the updates, but we'll just save that for later. You gotta look at it holistically. How has each update affected the game, not only in terms of player count, but in terms of overall enjoyability? I'd say the last Anime Vanguards update that we received, where the reception was overwhelmingly positive, was the JJK update. Update 1, I believe. Because update 0.5 was Demon Slayer, if I remember correctly. And then the first big batch of content was update 1 for Jujutsu Kaisen. That was when a lot of people were super hyped about the game. It was still relatively new. And this batch of content kept people satiated for a little while. People got bored eventually, but it was very, very well received upon launch. Update 3.5 is the first update that I've seen where people unanimously agree that it's a good update. Yeah, sure, there were its bugs here or there, nothing too game-breaking, most of them have been ironed out by now, but just in terms of gameplay additions, units, replay value, Update 3.5 for me is the perfect update for Anime Vanguards, and let's get into why that is. To start things off, this update wasn't extremely content heavy. It's a 0.5 update. The purpose of it is just to keep people entertained until they can drop the bigger batch of content. So you might be asking yourself, how exactly am I going to claim that this is the best or the perfect update that this game has received? Number one, like I said, we're looking at it holistically, time period. This update, to my knowledge, took 2 weeks to come out after update 3. That for Anime Vanguards is almost unheard of. The fact that it came out this soon, because 2 weeks is really, really good for Anime Vanguards. You know, usually 0.5 updates take a little bit longer than that, if you get what I'm trying to say. This update came out in an extremely timely manner. It came out with a lot of good, strong units. Saber Alter and Sakura are two units that synergize together, and they're really cool and really unique in their own right. They're not just throwaway characters that you're going to get for a single update, just for them to later get power crept the next. They're two characters that serve very distinct roles, and they are fun to use. They are enjoyable to try out in different game modes and different strategies. Obviously, you're just going to want to run the two of them together at all times because their passives literally build off of each other. But still, two incredibly good secret units that are extremely unique. I really can't stop ranting about that enough. I absolutely love Sakura as a unit because not only is she the first of her kind in Anime Vanguards, it's very rare that you see a full AoE sort of damage over time type unit like Sakura in any anime tower defense game, and I think the way that they did it in Anime Vanguards was done very tastefully and very, very well, which is, once again, why this update was so great for me. I grinded out these secrets. In fact, I still need to get a Saber Alter. I haven't been lucky enough to get her. I do have Sakura. While I'm grinding out the units, it didn't really feel like a chore, which is sort of a problem that I felt with the prior updates. You know, once Anime Vanguards was at their lowest, I'll put a picture of it on the screen. I think they had 5,000 concurrent players. When they were at their lowest in terms of player count, I believe this was during Dandadan update. Correct me if I'm wrong. But during the Dandadan update, a lot of people were quitting the game. Not because there wasn't anything to do. Trust me, grinding those wisps to get the units, especially Diavolo, that was something that was going to take you an extremely long time. It just wasn't enjoyable because the game mode itself was too long, and anyone that was still playing the game, let's be honest, they were just macroing it. I was one of those people. I had the fucking, Informals macro running. I was farming those wisps for a video, and after I spent a million wisps and I didn't get anything, even with macroing, I was just so demotivated to play the update because it just felt like such a slog. 30 minutes for a couple wisps, even if you weren't playing it yourself, it didn't really feel extremely rewarding, especially since the units that were in that banner, the Dandadan units, they were also kinda mid. I got all of them evolved, I still have them in my inventory, I don't find myself using them that much. But this update introduced good, strong, useful characters that are worth grinding for. And I know that introducing stronger characters every single update is sort of a slippery slope, because you want to control the power creep in your game so it doesn't get out of hand too quickly. I think the rate at which Anime Vanguards is doing it is absolutely perfect. Because Saber, Alter, and Sakura are not insanely overpowered because of their stats. It's not really an ALS situation where you just have a unit with a bigger damage number that's meta because they do more damage. Albeit there are some outliers with different passives and like damage over time abilities, you get what I'm saying, but most of the time in Anime Last Stand, meta units are just determined by which one has the bigger damage number. In Anime Vanguards, or in this update specifically, their passives and the way that they interact within the game is what really makes them feel like a secret unit, and it's what makes them worth grinding for, and it's what makes them really, really good. For example, Saber Alter. Yeah, she does have a bit of a anti-synergy passive because she will nerf the SPA of your units. She also, on her fifth attack, does like a huge Excalibur attack like Saber has, except it does slightly less damage. It's only 100% extra damage instead of like 300%. But you gotta keep in mind, it's not an ability. She's doing this at all times, every single fifth attack, which is insanely good. She does really, really good damage. She also has a slow aura around any single enemy that gets within her radius. They just get automatically slowed. So now she serves not only as utility for support, but she also serves as DPS. I really enjoy that niche that she fills. Now, in order to bring this video to, you know, sort of a close, just to really organize my thoughts here, why do I think this update was perfect? Well, namely for me, it has to be the fact that it came out in a good amount of time, the units are really good and really fun to use, and one more thing that I haven't mentioned, that I mentioned it prior, the game had a really low player count around the Dandadan update. I'd say one of the main contributors to that was that the game mode itself, although it was pretty rewarding, you know, you got your 10 pulls pretty easily, you got a lot of wisps from a single 30-minute game mode, it was way too long for the average person to really sit there and grind out and enjoy. I think the way that they've gone about doing portals and grinding out presents is a much more perfected system than the initial one they had for the first limited banner. Something else that really, really helped the player count situation, I don't know if it was this exact update they added it, but you can grind presents in AFK world. Oh my god, that is genuinely such a godsend. Because although it's technically faster, I'd say the rates are still a little faster if you're grinding out portals yourself, which mind you take like 5 to 6 minutes at most, so they're not long at all. Being able to grind out presents in the AFK world really motivates people to keep playing the game. Even though you're just going to be in AFK world, it's a win-win. Number one, the devs get money from premium payouts if there are players in the AFK world, or just from the player count in general. They want more people on their game, so the Roblox algorithm will push it out more. But players also get the presents. They get a reward. Because beforehand, AFK Chamber was kind of useless. If you wanted gems, you could just macro infinite mode, and that was way, way more efficient. The fact that you can get presents now is a perfect addition into the game. I absolutely love that. And with all that being said, I think that's going to bring us into the end of this video. Update 3.5 really spells a very bright future for Anime Vanguards in my eyes. In an era where they seem to have a steeper and steeper decline in their players update after update, I was growing a little bit worried. But seeing this update not only gives me more hope for the game, but it gives me a very optimistic outlook on the future updates. The next one that we're going to get is Bleach, 1000-Year Blood War, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That has some extremely cool units that I can't wait to see added into Anime Vanguards. But for now, that's going to be it from me. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about Update 3.5. And that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content, and we will catch you in the next one.